My mother didn't raise her voice when she erased me. She smoothed the lavender bridesmaid dress across her bedspread, then folded it into the box I'd bought with my own money. Elena, she said softly, we just think it's better if you're not in the photos. It's Khloe's day. The dress rustled once, like a small animal being tucked into the dark. I nodded because that's what I've always done. Nod, shrink, fit myself into the space no one wants. I slid the box into the hall closet and felt something in my chest click shut. In the mirror by the door, I barely recognized myself, hair scraped back, lips pressed thin. Funny that I'd worried about shoes. 2 nights later, at the steakhouse, the erasure got a table. My father cleared his throat the way he does before a work speech. With your situation, he began. We think it's best if you're not part of the big day. He smiled at the end, as if he'd offered me a coupon. The photos will be confusing, my mother added, eyes on the linen. Across the table, Khloe studied the water in her glass, ring flashing, jaw set. She finally murmured, it's just one day, don't make it a big deal. Chicago hummed beyond the windows, traffic sighing, a siren rising. Our waiter asked about sides, and I heard myself say, baked potato, no, sour cream, because my body is trained to cooperate even when my heart wants to stand on the table and scream. My father toasted new beginnings. No one noticed my glass stayed on the table. I pictured the wedding album I wouldn't be in, Khloe on steps draped in flowers. My parents practiced smiles, Mark's hand at her back, where I would have stood, a column, where my face would be. Space. When the check came, my mother reached for it. Let us. It's a celebration. While I folded my napkin into a neat square. I'm happy for you, I said to Khloe. And I heard that I meant it. Happiness for her, grief for me. Those two feelings can sit on the same bench without touching. Driving home, Lakeshore Drive opened its dark ribbon beside the water. I thought about the dress in the closet and a box inside the box inside me. And I understood our shape. There is the frame. And there is what you cut to fit. Back in my apartment, I waited for Khloe to text something, anything that might soften the sting from dinner. I told myself she'd explain, remind me we were sisters first. When my phone finally lit up, it was just a gray bubble. Mom's right. PLs don't make this a thing. I'm busy. That PL sliced deeper than the sentence itself. 3 letters, lowercase, efficient. As if I were a bill reminder or spam notification she could swipe away. I read it again and again until the letters blurred. I wanted to reply with paragraphs of everything I'd swallowed over the years: birthday, parties, graduations, holidays where I was the shadow behind her spotlight. But I didn't type a word. Silence felt cleaner than begging. Days later, my father's family-wide email landed in my inbox. The subject line, 1 week until the big day. Dozens of photos were attached: Khloe and Mark posing in kitchens, tasting cakes, standing in front of the house with a realtor's smile. Everyone glowing, everyone included. Then, one single line about me. Elena is taking some important personal time for herself. I sat frozen, staring at the lie. Important personal time. As if I'd requested leave from work. As if being boxed out was my choice, not theirs. They weren't just excluding me. They were rewriting the script to protect their image. That was when fury finally pushed through. The grief. My parents weren't ashamed of erasing me. They were ashamed of how it might look if anyone noticed. And Khloe. She was willing to let me disappear quietly, so her wedding could stay untouched by family tension. I closed the email and deleted it for the first time. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I didn't rehearse arguments in my head. I just felt clarity. If they were so determined to tell a story where I didn't exist, I would stop fighting for a cameo. Let them keep their glossy fairy tale. I was done auditioning for a role they'd never give me. The apartment hummed with quiet. My hands shook. Not from sadness, but from the sudden knowledge that I had nothing left to lose. The deepest cut came from a 4-second Instagram story. My cousin filmed Khloe and Mark twirling with a set of keys in a cream-painted foyer. Caption: their first house, wedding gift from the parents. I watched it twice. Then I stopped being sad and started being done. What no one knew, I'd been interviewing for a lead design role at a startup in Austin. The morning after the steakhouse, I'd sent my portfolio. By Friday, an offer sat in my inbox with a salary that made my hands shake. I signed. I booked movers for the one day I was guaranteed my entire family would be busy. I started packing at night, after client calls, boxes labeled in black marker, books, kitchen, gear. The lavender dress stared at me from the closet. I opened the box, ran a finger over the fabric once, then taped it shut and wrote donate. I wasn't saving costumes for a role I didn't get. Wedding day, noon sun on my floorboards. The movers hauled my life down the stairs. When my phone buzzed with Dad, I almost let it go to voicemail. I answered, "Pumpkin. Big day." He boomed, music thumping behind him. "We'll put you on speaker for the toasts." "Why does it sound so echoey there?" "Because the movers just finished loading the last box," I said. I kept my voice light, like we were swapping weather. "I'm moving to Austin. New job. I won't be available for photos today or ever again, if we're talking about the kind I disappear from." Silence. Then a stammer. "Elena, let's not be dramatic." "We can." I hung up before he could sand my life down to reasonable. I texted the family thread a single image, my signed offer letter, the company logo bright at the top, a shot of the packed truck behind it. Then I blocked the thread, one by one, until my screen went quiet. I turned in my keys, slid the lavender box into the donation bin, and walked to my car. As I pulled onto the highway, the lake fell away and the sky opened. Calls and unknown numbers stacked on my blocked list like birds hitting glass. I rolled down the windows and let the wind take the last of the old story. Somewhere past Joliet, the sun tilted west. I thought about the album they'd make without me and realized I was making one they'd never see. An apartment lease with my name alone, a badge with a new company logo, a first morning in a city where no one has decided who I am. I didn't lose a family today. They lost the right to edit me.